Okay, people, so this is part 4. I'm trying to go as fast as I can here because I think this part needs to go out. This update segment, or whatever you call it, it just needs to go out. And a shout out to Heather and Randy. There seems to be, I mean, literally, I caught something tonight. My best wishes to them and good luck to them. You know, I caught something tonight where some group somewhere was just literally, I mean, it's not even information painted in the wrong light or wrong color anymore. It's just literal outright lies now. And I don't think this is going to sit well in the contract here. They've already lost it. And I'm not talking about here on this planet anyway. I'm just talking about in general. So I think they have unleashed or are getting ready to unleash. This is just what I would say now. If somebody asked me, what do I think, what's going on and what's been going on and all this stuff, this is what I would say. It's just hypothetical, of course, you know. Hypothetically speaking, I have to throw that in. So anyway, it's the same thing that was done to me. That's, you know, through all of the oppression and suppression for 7 years, like I said, being kept away from my family for 5.5. Every little last thing that I worked so hard for, taken from me in one day. I mean, you know, and then tossed from here to there. And then just, you know, everywhere you go, you're gang stalked and followed and helicopters flying everywhere. It's just, I'm just so sick of it. Speaking of, well, I hear one approaching, so maybe I'll let you listen in on that one when it comes by. Anyway, back to this contract. So let's just say there was such a contract. How many times, and I'll get to the movie part of this, don't worry. As far as what movies are not actually for entertainment, to tell you what they're really for. How many times have you seen in the movies, or so to speak? I think Bedazzled is a good example. At least the later version with, I think it was Brendan Fraser and Elizabeth Hurley, I think, where he wished for this. She's like, well, hold on, mister. You didn't say da-da-da-da-da-da. You know what they mean. But you have to say it just, you know, a certain way, or maybe a one word here doesn't mean the same thing there, or whatever, you know. You know, I don't know what they think, but that's just clear and outright deception that does not qualify the people's willing consent. So anything taken from that point is clear and outright theft. And I cannot tell you, at least from what I observe, again, this is just what I would say, hypothetically speaking, of course, have violated the terms of that contract many, many times over. How many times have you seen, well, hold on, you didn't say da-da-da. Bedazzled is a perfect example. I think he wanted to be rich, and he wanted to be rich or whatever, and he turned out to be a drug lord. He didn't want to have anything to do with crime. Or I wanted to be famous, and he ended up being a big jock athlete, but he was all goofy and stupid, and I mean, you know, purposely something was wrong. This is not by accident. You know, we don't have telepathic powers or abilities. So you'll understand the contract. How else are you going to show the people? And unless they do something about it, I think it does go without saying that, well, if nobody does anything about it, if they don't care, you know, I guess, well, that's okay then, you know. But it's another thing to know that they want what's best for them or their families, knowing there's a remedy that exists, and they're not made aware of it. That's just as good as violating the terms of the contract. And I don't care what contract it is. I'm talking about the big contract with the big kahunas, or so to speak. And just hypothetically speaking, if there was one, of course, how else would you communicate with all of the people in large mass as to what you want to say, how you are trying to present it? Don't you think movies are a perfect example of how to do that? Why do you think they contain so many? Well, I guess, see, if you're not taught about alchemy, and you're not taught about gematria, you're not taught about theology, you're not taught about esotericism, you're not taught about numerology and astrology and all that stuff, astronomy, or even the difference between those two, how are you going to know? But see, the less than honest ones can always go back and say, well, here it is, we showed everybody this, and they seem to be okay with it. Hell no, we're not okay with it. Now, in my heart of hearts, the people of this nation are not okay with what is happening right now. And I'm wondering, where is the military? What are they doing? Where's all the good neighborhood people? Like, instead of harming the public, helping the public. Because that's all they did to me, was harm me. I had so many rights and laws violated on me. It just wasn't even funny. I mean, it's beyond a joke. So in my heart of hearts, if I had to say so, hell no. The people as a whole, not only of the United States, but of the world, are not okay with what's happening to them, and has been happening to them for as long as I can remember, or at least the past few hundred to few thousand years. We do not give our willing consent to, being kept stupid and dumb, being kept, in poverty, purposely, all of that stuff. So consider the contract violated. Now it's just a plain and outright crime. Or, however you want to put it. I don't know. I don't know what they use for language, but that's just what I would say if somebody were to ask me, what I thought was going on nowadays. And by the way, and I just wanted to add one more thing for this large Shill deployment, okay? Just because you have a Shill that says, let me come out, I just want to, it's such a joke. You see all these new accounts pop up. They say they've been around since, 2000 or whatever. Let me tell you, I've been monitoring, let's just say, certain popular sites and enjoying them, but monitoring nevertheless. And I've in certain demographical areas, topographical areas, whatever, I've never seen those accounts. So that should confirm illegal backdating for you. And no matter how slow you explain it, no matter how, let me clear the air for you, let me clear this up for you, you can do this but not this, this but not this, this but not this. An illegally inhumanitarian way of writing a law is still invalid. I'll be back in part 5.